Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Hopefully you guys stuck around and will come back. This is my Michael Harding first impressions. And it says my stream finished, so I have to open another one. New stream. Oh, this is terrible for the new people. Okay, so I am live, and here is, I got these new watercolors, and I thought, okay, I got new watercolors. I need to practice on going live. So I'm just going to do that on this Sunday when I have quiet. And I just thought I'd go over them with you. So this is my first live stream. So you'll have to bear with me. It took me twice to get in here. So here we go. I got this botanical set. It comes nicely packaged in this. I got it from Jackson's. It's Michael Harding Artist Watercolors. I'm kind of expecting them to act like Daniel Smith watercolors. I had this empty palette, so I'm going to squeeze them out in there. We'll start my first impressions on that. And then I also got this Midas Touch Pro Art travel brushes, 3 retractable field travel brushes, a flat, a round, and a filbert. Now, I've never seen a filbert in a travel brush, so I thought, well, here's the filbert. They look nice. They look really nice. And here's the round brush. And it doesn't really say, let's see what size. See if it says. It's kind of hard to read because it's light writing on gold, and it really doesn't have a size on there. It just says round. Okay, got to make sure you're in the picture here. And this is the flat brush. And I think that's what I'm going to be doing the swatches on. And I'm going to be doing them on this Tumua Arta watercolor swatch, artist color swatch. But this is a more affordable option to the Painter's Color Diary. So I know I got somebody out there watching me. I know I do. So anyway, we're going to squeeze these out, and I'm going to give you my first impressions right from the beginning as I open them and squeeze them out. Because when I open watercolors, sometimes they want to explode. So these have been in shipping. I will have to tell you that the looks like they've been kind of setting because the edges of the tubes are kind of scratched up. But here we go. We'll start. Michael Harding, Bright Yellow Lake, PY3 Series 1. Let's get this open. Let's see if it... No explosion. Little bit of binder at the beginning. Nice, pretty bright yellow. Good impression on that. Now we'll go to Yellow Lake. And it is PY180. Let me squeeze that a little bit on the sides. If you squeeze them on the sides, it'll kind of suck it back up in there. There's a little bit of the paint coming out. Here is, it's a warmer yellow. Kind of like a Hansa yellow, medium. But it's called Yellow Lake. And then here we have Brilliant Orange. It's a PO62. Oh, now that one exploded. I didn't squeeze it though. Now I'm going to set that over there so I can put that in a pan for a minute. And then the next one we have is Pyro Red. Now that's kind of pushed in a little bit, so I'm going to squeeze it out. This is PR 254. It's an orange leaning red. That's on there pretty tight. Get my paper towel. There it comes. Hope it doesn't explode. It looks like it's kind of dried on there, dried on the lid. Okay. Kind of watching the comments here. Putting the lid back on there. It's kind of hard because there's paint dried around the edge there. Okay, this is the botanical set. So it comes with Opera Rose, PR 122. It's a fluorescent pink. It's really pretty though. These are on there really tight. And you can see as I open it, there is, uh-oh, that one's exploding. And see, that has a lot in the lid. So I'm going to have to get that out with a brush too. Okay, not really happy about that, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how they paint. This is quinacridone purple, PV 55. Oh, thanks. I know I had problems earlier. I couldn't see any of the messages. So, oh, thanks. Thanks. I'm glad it looks good. It's hard to tell. I'm trying to learn how to do this before I go buy any other equipment. So I'm just using my phone. And, you know, it seems to have a pretty good picture. So here's PV 55, quinacridone purple. That's pretty. And then here, wisteria. I just love this. I know you can make it with that PR 122, which is Opera Rose or Opera Pink and Ultramarine Blue and white. But isn't it convenient just to have everything you need all mixed up in one color? I love to paint lilacs and lavender. Wisteria. Perfect color. And it's even pretty in skies too. Okay, so here is also Vivid Blue. PW4, PW6, so that's 2 whites. PB15:3, that's a phthalo, and PG7. So I'm interested. That's just a really pretty blue. It's pretty convenience blue. You can definitely make that, but this is for the botanical artist. So, okay, here's Sky Blue. It is PB15:3 and PW4. So that's a phthalo mixed with white. Oh, and that's stuck on too, and I can see where that's kind of, that's kind of poofed out. And during the shipping process, oh, there it goes, it explodes. I know that these came from overseas because I seen where it was stuck up in customs and FedEx. So, you know, going up in an airplane and the pressure and everything, that could cause some of these issues that we're having. So I don't know that Michael Harding's being sold in the United States yet. I didn't research that. Here is Bright Green Lake. It is PY 180 and PG 7. So a yellow and a green. Oh, I didn't squeeze that one either. All right, I'm going to have to go. There's several I'm going to have to get a brush and get out. But we will go ahead and see how this brush feels good. It feels very quality. It's got a nice hand weight to it. And you know, it does feel quality. The cap's not jiggling. Whoops. Here, I'm a nervous wreck with my first live. I'm a nervous wreck with my first live. So when you record videos, and you can always go back and delete and kind of fix your mistakes a little bit. But when you're live and you get the real. So, all right. Okay, so let's start with Yellow Lake. Let me bring my water up here a little closer. Bright Yellow Lake. Now I'm going straight from the tubes here. I didn't dry these out. So we're going to get full on mass tone. And, you know, in my mind, I'm always comparing these to my favorite paints, which is Daniel Smith. Here is Yellow Lake, which is a warmer. I like the brush. Okay, so here is Brilliant Orange. I'll use these paints for sure. Okay, Brilliant Orange. This seems to be a little more opaque than those yellows. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know about the paints. I don't know if the paints are synthetic, but these brushes, I believe, are synthetic. They don't feel like natural hair. I think it's a pseudo sable. So, okay, next one is Pyro Red. We'll also do a little bit of mixing to see if they mix as expected. So I'll bring that out. They're very Very smooth, the paints. They're going on really smooth. So I'm not sure if, oh, this is that fluorescent pink, PR 122 Opera Rose. Very smooth. That's really pretty for florals. Okay, now this quinacridone purple. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, that's really gorgeous. Yeah, these are, they feel so really finely ground. I'll be anxious to see how they dry down and how easily they re-wet. This wisteria. I'm looking forward to it. I like wisteria. I seen an artist use it in skies and in buildings to mix in with gray, and it just was really effective. It was either wisteria or lavender. That's pretty. You could also get that by mixing this quinacridone purple with white. I'm feeling this jiggle a little bit. So I don't know. That's one thing that bugs me about travel brushes is if they wiggle during use. I just don't like that. Oh, this vivid blue. Vivid blue. Boy, isn't that pretty? All right. That is really pretty. Pretty for flowers. All right, and here is sky blue. All these have white in them. Now these don't appear to the Quin purple, but the wisteria, the vivid blue, the sky blue have PW4 or PW4 and PW6. And that's just to kind of desaturate that color. Okay. That's pretty. I mean, this is a pretty flower palette. Okay, now for the final color, bright green. Now you could mix this with anything to get it to be more of a natural green. I think these pigments are really finely ground. They're just going on like a dream from the tube. Yeah, those are pretty. Those are pretty. Okay, so let's mix a little bit. They feel real smooth. They feel like they're really finely ground. So let's see if they mix as expected. Now, the only blue we have is the sky blue, so I don't know that I'm gonna get a darker. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna take that sky blue and mix it with this Let's mix it with orange, since orange is its complement. And I'm kind of getting a green. So I'm wondering if we're going to get a good dark. Yeah, this is just a green. Let me try it with, this is kind of bothering me. So I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to use this Princeton Aqua Elite. Let's try mixing this quinacridone purple with a little bit of green. Sometimes that makes a good dark. A little bit more green. It's kind of turning red on me. Let's put it up underneath this. But I can get a good dark. You know, for your stamens and stuff, you want to have a good dark in your shadows. See, it's going brown. So I think let's try this Pyro Red with this mix of orange and blue. And see, that's kind of turning a eggplant color. So this is definitely not for mixing. So if I get more yellow, it's going to go more brown. And, you know, and that can be useful. That could be useful, but I think the darkest dark I'm going to get is from this quinacridone purple and the green. Let me try the quinacridone purple with the blue. I can get a more vivid purple and kind of a navy blue. That's pretty. I always like to get a good dark with my sets. So if I got this brown, let me try to, it just is hard to mix. Let me try this. Hi Cynthia. Well, thanks for joining us. I've had some company. Hanukkah. I hope I'm saying it right. I tend to butcher names. So anyway, I was going to take this purple. I got sidetracked here. Okay, so this brown, if I had a good ultramarine, I could add that in there. I don't think this blue is going to give me a dark. It's not. I always look for that in sets. I look if I can mix a darker green, which I think I can. You know, I can take this over here and mix a more natural green with a little bit of red, because red's the complement. And I can get a really nice olive green. I think this is missing. I just can't get a good dark. That's as dark as I can get is with that Quin purple and green. So let's bring this over here and see what we can do. I just think this is not a good set on its own. So that's my first impressions on this. I did take the Quin purple and the green, or I did take the Quin purple and the blue, and it made a really pretty darker blue. Let's get some more Quin purple here. Okay, I got a darker purple. And if you go the other way, you can get a darker blue. But I just can't get a good dark. I can't get a good gray. Let's see. Let's take that Quin purple as the darkest. So you always want to start with your darkest color, I think, to get a good mix, to get a good dark mix, because I usually use like ultramarine and burnt sienna or burnt umber, because I like a cooler gray. However, if you don't have those two, your mixing is limited. These are good convenience colors and good add-on colors, but I don't think it's a good standalone palette. Let's get some of that blue and mix in there. See, I just can't, there's a little bit of a grayer. And then maybe if I get some of this cool yellow, okay, that's still not going. It's a more neutral. Still a little bit on the purple side. Let's see. But it's really going more brown. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, if I did red and green, then it got a brown or a deeper green. You could probably get a deeper red. Let's clean this off a little bit. And I just don't think this is going to be a standalone palette. Okay, so we got red. That pirate red is pretty. These are smooth. I'm not seeing any granulation whatsoever. Pearl red and let's see if we take that blue and see if we can make a good purple. We have a purple, but that leans a little bit more towards orange. Oh, that's a pretty kind of a gray. This is just not mixing as expected. It's a little bit darker. But I'm not getting an inky black. I like to get an inky black. So, you know, I don't know. If I had this, I would add an ultramarine, a phthalo, like a magenta or a alizarin and crimson, and a burnt umber, definitely a burnt umber. And then these would be convenience, but I really still feel like you definitely need those darks to have a complete palette, even in a botanical floral palette. So I don't know, you know, what do you think? I think a lot of people just go out and you know, if you just wanted to have just these few colors to go out and paint flowers, that might be all right, you know. I'll clean my palette here in case I need to mix anything else. Does anybody have anything that they want me to try to mix? And try to mix it. So I have about 200 and, oh gosh, almost getting close to 300 videos on my channel. So, you know, I have all kinds of mixing videos over there. And after this closes, I will click that playlist after I put this up for the replay, as they say. So it took me a lot to do a live stream. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I going to have to buy something else? Or, you know, it costs money to do YouTube. So, and YouTube is hard. So if you would subscribe, I would really like that. I'm going to try to do a couple live streams to see if that helps. But I'm going to do them like this with my phone first, just to see how I like it. I'm happy with the engagement I'm getting. I know my little granddaughter's watching too. And I think that I'll just set these out to dry. I'll get a brush and take care of these lids that exploded. I mean, that's quite a bit of paint in there. So, and look, oh my gosh, I got it all over me. So I'm going to have to go wash my hands. And I appreciate you joining me, guys. I really do. I'm going to try to do as many live streams as I can while I have really good internet. So I appreciate y'all joining. Thank you. Bye.